Let's see if I can reach it. So just restaurants usually serve it with a side of marinara. Ooh, calamari. See all the little tentacles got nicely, nice and fried. Bam, in your face, delicious. Thank you for joining. I hope you've already hit that like, the bell, and the subscribe for my algorithms. If you like my outfit, make sure you check it out from my all orange Shein try on haul. I did go live and you picked this out for me, so I appreciate it. Red Lobster's crispy fried dragon calamari. Let's get into this fried crispy calamari. Say that 10 times fast. I'm gonna try this coconut flour because coconuts are good for you. I know they have almond flour, you can try that. You can try whatever flour you want. So I'm using coconut flour, but you could use any flour. So flour. And I like to spice up everything. Any kind of batter I make to fry, I spice it up. So my spices of choice are garlic salt, Creole, and I like the spicy dash. And we need a bowl for our batter. Alright, so I got this particular brand of calamari. It has the tubes and tentacles, but you always want to rinse it off and make sure that there's no beaks left. So out of this whole package, only one still had the beak on it. I'm going to show you what they look like without the beak. So on these pieces, the tentacles, you want to put your finger through the middle and make sure, see how that hole is empty? Make sure there's nothing inside that hole. Like that's what you want it. You want it just to be an empty hole like that. And then on this one, see how this one's not empty? See how it's got this little black thing in there? That's actually its mouth. That's the beak. And we got to take that out. So not on the inside, but you want to push with your finger and just push it out like that, and it just pops out. Take that whole thing out. That's trash. It looks like an eyeball. Oh my god, that's so gross. Alright, so then we're gonna put all our calamari in the milk, and let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the eyeball beak, and then we're gonna soak all of our calamari in this milk just so it gets a nice little coat on it. Isn't that cool looking? Look, it's like a little tentacles. And thank you, critters, for feeding me. I greatly appreciate you. They're kind of fun to cook and to play with. And they're protein, and I'm going to be blessed with all this delicious protein. We're going to have our pan of grease heating up, and we need to cut up our calamari, and we need to make our batter. Make sure your hands are washed. And these are going to stay whole, so I'm going to keep them in my milk bath. This is what a body looks like. And it's actually kind of like a tubed shape. So there's a hole in the inside. And it's basically just kind of like the body, where they call it the tube. So you're going to just lay it flat. And these basically just have to, if you've ever gone to a restaurant, you'll notice there's rings and then there's tentacles. So we already have our tentacles cut up for us. We're just going to cut this into rings. So you want just a good size ring and a sharp knife, because it is a little tough to cut into. And you can cut into them when they're frozen, but I don't like to fry with frozen meat because the breading doesn't like to stick on it, so you should thaw it out. But you can cut it when it's frozen. And there we go. We have perfect calamari rings ready to be battered and fried. That's all you want. So we're going to cut up all these bodies into little rings. Alright, so there we go. It shows up good on that camera. That's kind of weird. And let's just keep cutting all of them. This is actually going to make a lot. I got 2 packages in here. This isn't just one, it's 2 packages. So make as many as you want to eat. Alright, so we're going to just do the dry flour, and we're going to add eggs and milk to this one. So it's like one big experiment. If something doesn't work, just do something else. So now when I do this kind of batter, so we're just doing the wet to dry. I like putting my seasonings, my spices in both. So we're going to put in the dry and the wet. So let's get our garlic salt in there. And let's garlic salt these too. Let's get our Creole in there. And our Creole in here. I just mix it in the corner here. So I'm going to eventually end up beating this egg with no shells. This is gonna be an egg milk bath. You just need enough to coat it. What is this doing? I'm just mixing it in so it's like a consistency, so it's all the same. This is a milk egg wash. Oh, look, we didn't cut this guy up. I'm having fun with the anime hair. Look, let me know how you like my hair. If you like the curls better. I like the Marilyn Monroe look, but I also like the anime more. I think that's why I initially got a boob job, is because I just like the whole anime look. Looking like an anime doll. It's fun to dress up. Smell check. Ooh, it's delicious. We're going to put our calamari into our flour and back into our hot grease. So let's go ahead and make sure our grease is hot again. Want it nice and hot, not burning. And this time I think I'm going to turn it down to a medium 6. I do want to try it again with the beer batter and not seltzer water and regular flour one time, but I don't have any more of that, so we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way with the eggs and the milk and the flour and our spices and our oil. And hopefully this comes out. So I think it's hot enough. So with my clean hands, let's try octopus head this time. I mean, squid head. Squid head tentacles, aka tentacles. Alright, so we have it nice and wet. And then we're going to throw it in our dry. And then alright, there we go. So then we actually could put it back in our wet and back in our dry. Or we could just try it like this. What should we do? Let's try it to get it wet again. And then let's throw it back in our dry. So let's do 2 coats and see how that comes out. Because we really want a nice thick batter on it that's going to stick to the actual calamari. You want it crispy, so you need an actual... There we go. Alright. Ooh, look, it's dancing. It's going to be so tasty. So, I don't know if you can kind of see it. See it a little dancing? It's doing a little dance. It's getting nice and light and crispy. This is perfect. Okay. We're going to have crispy calamari, everyone. I think I talk about myself like I'm 3 different people. Alright, so this is beautiful and crispy. It's got a nice go. Oh, we have a little tentacle to our tentacle. I'm going to keep it in for a second to get that bottom side because I just flipped it. And we have our first tentacle. It's looking perfect. Try not to drop it like I did in my Philly cheesesteak video. Which is cool. You should check that one out too if you like Philly cheesesteaks. It definitely tastes a lot better than it looks. It's a really delicious recipe. I'm going to throw in as many as this pot will fill. I'm going to do it twice. So 1. And the rings, you might have to just pack the flour down on it like that. Then we're going to do wet again. And then we're going to do dry again. And make sure you put your fingers through the middle of it because you don't want a wet pocket in there. It dusts off a little bit of flour and throw it in there. And we're going to do this to all these. So I'm going to 2-hand this so we can get somewhere sometime tonight. And then I'm going to dust off my flour and I'm going to go back in the wet. And I'm going to go back in the dry. And then we're going to put this in here with our friend. And if you might want to be careful because the more flour you get in the pan, the more it sits on the bottom. And it can make your fried calamari not look so pretty. So try to get as little flour in your grease as possible. And it is a little splattery, so just make sure you don't get caught in it. And your fingers will definitely get messy. There's no getting around that. These ones that are in here are already done. So they're probably going to cook just as fast as I can get them made. So you might want to make these, like dip them in the flour ahead of time and then start frying them all. But these ones here are nice and crispy. I'm going to flip them for just a second because they're already almost done. Oh, these are perfect. These actually look like the batter that's on them at Red Lobster. Better than that beer batter. Because if you look at these are nice, thick, and puffy. That's actually perfectly beautiful. Once you get your calamari and you get them in your bath and you put the flour and you put it in the pot, it's really quite easy. 3, 2, 1. So we just just want to keep going till we got everything fried. And this was only 2 packs of calamari. It was like $8 a pack at Walmart. $8-9. And you're not going to believe how much this makes. So don't go anywhere. Wait till we make our sauces and pick which one's our favorite. And let's keep frying these little critters. It's just this sweet chili sauce. There's lots of different brands. This is Panda Express's. That's probably why it's so good. But I think they're all good, actually. I've tried lots of different brands and I like them all. But this one's good. So we have just the sweet chili sauce, which is very similar to Red Lobster sauce. And then we're going to make a mustard, spicy mustard. So I'm using spicy brown mustard. And let's make sure we don't burn that. A couple more minutes. That's so close to being done. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of this sweet chili sauce. And I'm going to mix of a spicy mustard. So it's going to give it just a little bit of a spicy taste to it. It's going to be like a spicy mustard meets sweet and sour sauce. I think the one at Red Lobster is like a mix between these two flavors. But you let me know what you think. So these are our first 2 sauces. And then our marinara. So it's just, restaurants usually serve it with a side of marinara or ranch. I don't think necessarily ranch does it any justice, but it is good as well. So that is an option. But I like the marinara sauce, just plain regular classic marinara. Look how beautiful these are. I'm so happy with how they came out. So we have 2 packages that gave us a beautiful big plate of fried calamari. That's so delicious. Woo-hoo. Bam, in your face, delicious. 2 sauces. Our third sauce is, let me find my marinara. Let's see if I can reach it. I'm close. Marinara sauce. This is the first time I tried this and I really like it. For marinara sauces, pasta sauces, it's really, really good. And surprisingly, it's good on calamari. I don't know why. Because it's like seafood meets marinara. Guess that makes sense. Just a little bit of just regular, plain, classic tomato sauce. Pop the top. Calamari teriyaki. Here we have our teriyaki sauce. And this is the thicker type. A garlic butter sauce. So we're going to have all different types of sauces here. And you're definitely going to like one of these. Let me know which sauce is your favorite once we get to tasting them. Our butter is almost melted here. Oh, I need 2 more dishes. That's right. And here we have our teriyaki, our marinara, our mustard, sweet chili sauce, or sweet chili sauce. For this one, it's going to be kind of a short version of a very fancy sauce. And then in here we have chopped garlic. Bam! And we're going to add some soy sauce. It's me proof. Help! Alright, so 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Make sure the garlic gets soaked in the soy sauce, like so. This is going to be packed full of flavor right here. Half a teaspoon of hoisin sauce. Just a half a teaspoon of oyster sauce. Okay, just a drop. Oh, some sesame seeds. Chili flakes for a little punch. Not too much. Stir this up. Mystery sauce. Let's finish this last sauce. One more sauce. We're almost there. So we have our melted butter, lemon juice, 2 good squeezes. It's mostly supposed to taste like lemon. This is more of a lemon sauce. And some just plain old garlic salt. Not too much. You don't want it too salty, but you want a good kick to it. And bam. So we have our lemon butter garlic sauce. Ooh. Okay, so we have our lemon butter garlic sauce, crazy sauce, teriyaki sauce, marinara sauce, spicy mustard, sweet chili sauce, sweet chili sauce. This beautiful, huge plate of calamari. Way too much for one person. But let's get into this fried calamari. So beautiful, crispy fried calamari. If I was gonna say this was the Red Lobster sauce, I would do a mix between these two, the spicy mustard and the sweet chili sauce. I think that's the closest to the dragon sauce that they use at Red Lobster. All right, so we're gonna sprinkle this with our chives. So we have cut up a bowl full of the green part of the chive onion. And you just kind of want the green part because it's the flavor profile is not too potent. You want to make sure you wash and dry them. You don't want to put them on here wet because they'll make your breading soggy. And you kind of just want to make it really pretty. This is how they do it at Red Lobster. They put some of these on there. And then after they put their sauce on. But we're going to just put on here, oh my gosh, the green and the fried calamari is just too pretty together. It's just a whole blessing. All right, let's give it a try. All right, let's try this one in our lemon sauce. Mix it up, get that lemon on there. Oh, that's it. This is one of my favorite sauces in the world. I love condiments. There's something about a rich lemon sauce on a rich... I really can't eat seafood without this. I mean, I can, but that's just good. You gotta try that one. Pretty simple. You might have already had it. If you haven't, try it. Marinara sauce. Now this is the one you usually get with the restaurants, ranch and marinara. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a nice tomatoey chunk of good sauce. And I'm gonna put one of these little chive onions on here, just so you can get the full flavor effect. It's like cheesy breadsticks with marinara sauce. You know how pizza places give it to you? It's the same concept, but instead of a cheese stick, you get this really, really, really delicious piece of fried calamari. It's crazy sauce. No guarantees here. Should we try one of our, where's our little faces? Ooh, look at this one here. Ooh, or this one here. You can see all the little tentacles got nicely nice and fried. I like to usually just get this whole thing in my mouth. Some people like to take bites out of them depending on how big they are. But we're just gonna dig in and shove it in my mouth. Alright, so let's dig into this crazy sauce. You don't really want to get the garlic on there. The garlic was just to kind of like enrich the sauce. So I have sesame seeds. That's really a pretty look there. And some sugar would be good in that. If we had a little bit of sugar. This one's more like a soy sauce. Let's see what it tastes like after we made it a little bit sweet. Oh, that is very rich. Very, very rich. That actually might be good with a little bit of vinegar in it too. Let's put a touch of vinegar. Look at this beautiful plate of calamari. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I hope you like the close-up. I hope you're enjoying the sauce tasting. So you really just need a touch of this. You don't need a lot. Vinegar helps pickle things. That's how you pickle things. So it's sugar, salt, vinegar, and water. Oh, not that. Alright. So now let's try this after we've got a little bit of sweetness. And here, get a good dip in there. Get some sesame seeds on it. I like sesame seeds. Alright, so we got this nice pretty little bite. Take two. Oh, that was it. It was an explosion of flavors. Woo! Crazy sauce. Oh, that's so good. There's still like so much happening in my mouth right now. This is our spicy mustard sauce. Spicy mustard sweet chili sauce. So I got a nice glaze on there. This one is nice and thick. Oh my god. Wow, look at this. Right now I can't tell you which one's my favorite. I think it's between these two. But those are just classics. Alright, let's try another classic teriyaki sauce. Just plain teriyaki. Just a little bit of sauce. A little bit of teriyaki goes a long way. That was a lot of teriyaki. We're going to another one in my mouth. Teriyaki. I would eat that again. Now let's just do this plain sweet chili sauce. I'm so full already. These are so wholesome. It's really a lot. This is like a party plate. That's why it's a good thing you can, if it's only you, like I'm finding myself in this situation here, just store it like in a Tupperware or a sealed Ziploc after it's cooled off so there's no moisture in it. And then put it in your air fryer or your, I don't recommend microwaves, but air fryer is great. And sweet chili. I'm a fan of sweet chili sauce, so of course I'm gonna think that's good, but I'm still going with the mustard, spicy mustard, sweet chili sauce, and this crazy sauce. And yeah, alright, so I'd say third, fourth. Alright, first, these guys are out because they're just plain. Alright, first place, second place, third place. Ooh. Third place and fourth place. And definitely check out, it's just too beautiful.